and welcome back to Wisconsin Family, and this is the moment we've been waiting for.
It is indeed.
We've been filming at the Model Smart Home, part of J&K Security Solutions here on South Park Street in Madison, and now we're going to talk to a couple of folks from the Model Smart Home here at J&K Security Solutions. I'm joined now by Tom Spinoso and Dan Tennyson. Welcome, guys.
Hi. Thank you.
Thanks for having us here.
Thanks for hosting us. You guys have been wonderful hosts.
Wonderful
we
hosts,
appreciate
yeah.
it.
So start out by give us a real brief history on how J&K Security Solutions got started.
Sure. J&K was started by Jeff and Kim Beckman, husband and wife, about 30 years ago. It's a family-owned and operated business. Jeff's brother has worked with the company from early stages, and Jeff and Kim's son and son-in-law are both involved in the company too.
Yeah.
It's been local to Park Street and just kind of evolved from what was a lock and key shop to offer more and more things, security, surveillance, card access systems, home automation, commercial doors, fire systems. We kind of do a lot under one roof.
And I think that's so interesting, and I think that's so cool that they had Jeff and Kim had the foresight to kind of keep up with the times and not just stay as, you know, a locksmith for 30 years. I mean, they really grew and evolved their business from there.
Yeah, well, things have changed a lot over the years, obviously, and this is our second time here, and I want to say to folks who are out there, we are on Park Street. You probably have driven by many times and not even realized that this smart home location is here. It's a little bit tucked away, but I definitely recommend coming in here because there are some very cool things to see. And Tom is the general manager. Dan, you're a system design consultant, so I think it's important to have you on, like we spoke about, because you're actually the one who's meeting with a lot of clients and in their homes, and so you may actually work with Dan directly. In your opinion, you know, talking a little bit about security's change over the years, talk to us a little bit about the evolution of security.
Well, I think you know, the need for security and the want for security to protect your family and your property has certainly been there for a long time and certainly hasn't decreased over time. I think what we've seen now is more and more devices and more pieces are geared towards the consumer to get security and protection into your home easily.
Right, and I like that you say easily, because that's the thing that I think is a hindrance for people, is they don't think they're going to know how to work the technology, or they think it's going to be, you know, such a huge inconvenience in their home to get it in there. But it's not anymore. It's not that tough.
Yeah, you know, when I was first learning about some of this stuff, I kind of pictured, you know, if I wanted to turn my home into a smart home, you'd have to rip down the walls and this and that.
That's what you think.
It's not invasive at all. I mean, it's very easy to put in.
Thanks to a lot of the newer wireless technology, a lot of these devices, we simply come in and sort of plug them onto the wall and get them to communicate with one another. And so, you know, ripping down walls and running wires, some of that is still an important part of it in key areas, but most of it now can all be wireless today.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, you know, we've been here at the Model Smart Home. What exactly is a smart home? What makes a home smart?
Well, a smart home really pulls together all the pieces of your home and puts them onto one single operating system. So whether that's home theater or TVs or sound throughout your home, lights, thermostat, security, surveillance, motorized shades, really all these pieces that could be in your home, the smart home puts it all together and puts it as one single system. It really kind of, I mean, part of it is just convenience of tying it all together to have one single system orchestrate everything.
Right. And you've used the term before in talking to folks here about working smarter together. So talk to us about what that means. How is it smarter or better to have everything sort of centralized?
It really comes with a convenience. You can push a single button and a variety of things can happen. What that button push is or what that does for you in your home is different for everybody. But one common use that a lot of people like is to have like a good night button, where at night they can push a button, whether it's a light switch or a button on their iPhone, and that button can turn off all the lights in their house, lock doors that are unlocked, make sure the garage door is closed, close that if it isn't closed, set the thermostat to whatever their thermostat temperature they would like it set at.
Oh, how great and
With one
convenient
button.
is
With
that?
one
Yeah,
button.
it's
Yeah.
kind of like the
Yep.
oops button. Like, how many
Yeah.
times do you get out of bed because you forgot to turn down the thermostat, and then you think, oh, geez, did I lock the back door? And then you get back out and you check, and so it's kind of
Yeah.
a double check to save you all those trips
Yeah.
and make
Yep.
you feel secure.
I really think, it's about the convenience and everyday easy that kind of goes unspoken. Everybody talks about sort of the magic and the glitz, but when you have a smart home and you live with it day to day, the convenience and the comfort that it brings is really where it shines. It's the little things. When you come home, if it's dark outside, the system knows that you're pulling up. It might light the outside lights. It might light pathway into the home. Once you live with that and you know the house is going to light up when you come home and you don't have to be carrying groceries and hitting light switches, you get used to that. You want that technology. I mean, I kind of related to, these automatic car windows today. In your car, if you just tap the button, they'll go all the way down. And when I get into a car that doesn't have that feature, it's like I hit the button and wait, what's going on here?
Yeah.
You get used to those
Right.
things and it really makes your life simpler and easier.
I
Yeah.
like that you touched on that because I always have found this study so fascinating. There's a study out that says it's the things like that, the day-to-day conveniences versus inconveniences, that actually play the biggest role in a person's happiness.
Okay.
And so it's actually not necessarily the big things that you think are going to
The
make you
subtleties.
happy.
Right.
It's the little
It really
things.
is the little things.
It's interesting,
Wow.
yeah.
Thanks for bringing that up, Jess.
Tom did.
Well, there you go. So
Yeah.
if I wanted to start converting my home into a smart home, how do I get started? I mean, it's not an all or nothing approach.
No.
I can do it little by little.
For sure. Yeah, a lot of times it starts with one smart device, whether that's a thermostat or light switches or a lighting system. It's really easy to get smart products. The garage door openers, a lot are being sold now with the ability to control those through an app. So it can start with one piece and grow to as much as you want to take it.
Okay, and that's nice to know too for folks who are, maybe thinking about cost and budgeting and things. So you don't have to go all or nothing.
Yeah, and the big thing too that we should point out is the technology has really, the barrier to entry is so much less than what it was a few years back. I mean, it's just so many of these devices already have that technology built in that you get started.
Those are the two hindrances, I think, for people out there. One is price, like we were just saying now, and then the other is assuming that your house is going to be essentially under construction.
Right.
And what you're saying is pretty much both of those things are much less of a factor these days than they used to be. So I think that's really nice. In just a few seconds, we got to go almost, but just in your thoughts, why do you think J&K is the best place to get started with a smart home?
I think, with our roots of being a local family-owned business here for 30 years, we've known to take care of our customers for a long time, and that's really something we stand behind. We have a great showroom here to show off the technology, and you can get a feel for it as you walk through the system.
Absolutely.
We really take an approach with our customers to specialize and make sure that we're doing everything we can for every one of our customers.
Well, and it's a locally owned security solution, and that's what's so very rare. And thank you so much for sharing all this great stuff with us.
Thank you.
Tom Spinoso and Dan Tennyson from J&K Security Solutions, thank you so much. That's all the time we have for Wisconsin Family. We'll see you next time.